Hello, and welcome back to Thoughtful Tomes, the podcast where every book we explore offers a fresh perspective on how we can reshape our thinking, deepen our understanding, and transform the way we connect with the world and those around us. In today's episode, we venture into the brilliant mind of Edward de Bono, a trailblazer in the realm of thinking and problem solving. His influential framework, Six Thinking Hats, is not merely a book. It's a profound exploration into the art and science of structured thought. At its core, the method empowers us to cut through the often overwhelming noise of our mental processes, offering us a clear and organized way to think more effectively. By engaging with each of the six distinct modes of thinking, we gain access to a more balanced, nuanced approach to decision-making that can spark creativity, enhance collaboration, and lead to more insightful choices. This framework is more than just a theoretical concept. It's a practical toolkit that helps us dissect complex issues, communicate with greater precision, and address problems from multiple perspectives. In a world where distractions and emotional biases frequently cloud our judgment, Six Thinking Hats gives us the tools to engage with challenges in a way that is deliberate, methodical, and adaptable. Together, let's delve deeper into this revolutionary approach and uncover how it can profoundly impact our personal lives, our professional environments, and the myriad decisions we face each day. The problem with our thinking. We live in an age where the pace of decision-making has reached an unprecedented speed, with choices constantly demanding our attention. From the most significant career decisions to the most routine daily interactions. This urgency often results in a flurry of mental activity, with our minds racing to keep up. Yet our approach to these decisions is rarely as swift or effective as the world around us. The core issue lies in how we process these decisions. Too often, we allow emotions, logic, intuition, and biases to overlap and intertwine, creating a tangled web of conflicting thoughts that make clarity seem like a distant, unattainable goal. It's as though we're attempting to juggle water. Each attempt at grasping certainty leaves us with only fleeting moments of understanding that quickly slip away. Think back to your last meeting or team discussion. Perhaps you found yourself navigating a complex mix of creative ideas, risk assessments, and emotional undercurrents, all in the same breath. The act of brainstorming, which should be about generating novel solutions, can quickly veer into debates about potential pitfalls or logistical concerns. Likewise, discussions centered around strategy can become entangled with interpersonal dynamics or power struggles as people project personal biases or unspoken assumptions into the conversation. This uncoordinated mental mix can lead to frustration, confusion, and less than optimal outcomes, preventing us from making the best possible decisions. Edward de Bono's Six Thinking Hats provides a powerful antidote to this mental chaos. Rather than offering a simple tool for organizing thoughts, it challenges us to approach thinking in a more deliberate and structured way, one that allows us to compartmentalize and address the different dimensions of thought separately. Each hat represents a distinct mode of thinking, such as creativity, caution, and rational analysis, allowing us to focus on one aspect of the decision at a time. This approach doesn't just enhance clarity, it fundamentally transforms the way we think. By embracing this separation of thought processes, we can tackle complex problems with greater precision and balance, ensuring that every element, whether it's an innovative idea, a necessary risk, or a collaborative insight, gets the attention and focus it deserves. This structured approach isn't just helpful, it's transformative, offering a new paradigm for navigating the complexities of modern decision-making. Breaking down the Six Thinking Hats. Let's take a deeper dive into each of the six hats, not simply as tools, but as essential facets of how we engage with the world and approach problem solving. De Bono's framework transcends traditional thinking. It acknowledges the multifaceted nature of thought and provides a pathway to explore every layer of a problem with greater focus, clarity, and intention. It transforms how we process information, addressing the complexity of human cognition and reshaping our approach to decision-making in an increasingly chaotic world. White hat, the hat of neutrality. Think of this hat as the impartial observer, a lens that filters out personal bias and emotion to focus on the raw, unembellished facts. Its primary function is to ask, what do we know, and what do we still need to know? It demands a sharp, rational focus on information without preconceived notions clouding our judgment. But here's where the nuance comes in. Even data isn't free from interpretation or bias. The white hat doesn't merely prompt us to gather facts. It pushes us to question the quality and relevance of the information at hand. What's the source? How reliable is it? Are we relying on incomplete data or drawing conclusions from a skewed sample? This hat challenges us to peel back the layers of data, uncover hidden assumptions, and expose any gaps or inconsistencies. It turns the collection of facts into a more rigorous process, encouraging us to refine and reassess our foundation of knowledge before moving forward. Red hat, the hat of emotion. Emotions are often seen as irrational or distracting in the face of logic, but the red hat serves as a reminder of their crucial role in decision-making. This hat invites us to honor our emotional responses without judgment. It asks us to recognize feelings, whether excitement, anxiety, hope, or fear, and to give them space within the decision-making process. This isn't about validating or explaining emotions, but acknowledging their presence and allowing them to inform our choices. For example, in a business meeting, a leader might express, "I feel both excited and nervous about this idea," opening up the space for others to reflect on how their own emotions are shaping their decisions. The red hat creates an environment where emotions are no longer sidelined but integrated into the conversation, providing a fuller, more holistic understanding of the issue at hand. It ensures that our instincts, intuitions, and gut reactions, often overlooked in traditional decision-making models, are factored into the process rather than suppressed. Black hat, the hat of caution. The black hat represents critical thinking, risk assessment, and the careful consideration of potential downsides. It challenges us to ask, what could go wrong, and what are the consequences if it does? But caution isn't merely about identifying risks, it's about developing a balanced perspective. Over-relying on this hat can lead to paralysis by analysis, stifling creativity and progress. The black hat should not be a deterrent, but a tool for refining ideas. By anticipating possible obstacles, it allows us to find strategies for overcoming them. This hat is about assessing risks and creating safeguards, not by halting momentum, but by identifying areas where we need to take extra precautions or seek alternative paths. When properly balanced with the other hats, the black hat ensures we make informed decisions that are proactive rather than reactive, protecting us from unforeseen pitfalls while maintaining the forward momentum of innovation and change. Yellow hat, the hat of optimism. The yellow hat stands as the antidote to the cautionary tendencies of the black hat. Where the black hat cautions against risks and challenges, the yellow hat highlights potential rewards and opportunities. It urges us to ask, what if everything went according to plan? What if things could turn out even better than expected? This hat fosters a mindset rooted not in naive optimism, but in realistic and constructive positivity. It doesn't simply encourage us to envision success, but to look for tangible pathways to it. With the yellow hat, we explore how challenges can be transformed into opportunities, identifying benefits that might otherwise be overlooked. It's a lens through which we consider the best-case scenario without ignoring practical limitations. This perspective serves as a counterbalance to the critical voice of the black hat, providing the hope and energy that sustains forward momentum and keeps us open to new possibilities. The yellow hat invites us to dream big and think strategically, allowing us to formulate plans that feel achievable and full of promise, fueling the optimism necessary for bold actions. Green hat, the hat of creativity. Creativity thrives under the green hat, where imagination is set free. This hat is less concerned with what is and more focused on what could be. It pushes us to break free from conventional thought patterns, to ask questions like, what if the impossible were possible? Or how can we view this problem from an entirely new angle? But creativity under the green hat isn't about wild, unfocused thinking. It's about stretching the boundaries of possibility while remaining anchored in the context of the other hats. It's a place for exploring innovative alternatives and uncovering new solutions, often by blending ideas that initially seem unrelated or even contradictory. The green hat nurtures an environment where risk and possibility coexist, where solutions are not only born from creativity, but are carefully crafted to align with the insights generated by the yellow and black hats. What makes the green hat so powerful is its integration with the entire process. It turns ideas into viable actions, ensuring that creativity is channeled toward effective problem solving rather than remaining abstract or impractical. Blue hat, the hat of control. The blue hat acts as the mastermind behind the entire thinking process, orchestrating the conversation and ensuring that all perspectives have their rightful place. While the other hats contribute content and insight, the blue hat governs the flow, determining when and how each perspective should be applied. It steps back from the specifics of the discussion to manage the overarching structure, making sure the thinking process is organized and purposeful. The blue hat is the hat of discipline and focus, stepping in when the conversation risks spiraling into disarray or when the team becomes bogged down in endless tangents. It ensures that discussions remain productive and that decisions are driven by a clear understanding of all viewpoints. It's also instrumental in defining the scope of the discussion, determining what needs to be addressed, and ensuring the group sticks to the agenda. Without the blue hat's oversight, the other hats, no matter how insightful, could become fragmented, with the flow of conversation drifting into confusion or inefficiency. The blue hat, then, is the glue that holds the thinking process together, allowing the other hats to function at their best while turning disparate ideas into coherent, actionable strategies. In mastering these 6 hats, we move beyond merely thinking. We learn to direct our thinking. Each hat provides a unique lens through which we can approach challenges and decisions, but it's the way we integrate them that truly maximizes their potential. The 6 Thinking Hats framework is a blueprint for a comprehensive, dynamic approach to problem solving. It offers us not only a method for thinking more effectively, but a philosophy for engaging with complexity in a way that is both methodical and creative. By shifting between these different modes of thought, we can navigate uncertainty, confront challenges with clarity, and move toward solutions that are balanced, innovative, and rooted in a deep understanding of the issues at hand. Why this framework works. The true brilliance of Edward de Bono's 6 Thinking Hats lies in its deceptively simple yet profoundly transformative approach to thinking. At its core is the concept of parallel thinking, a method that invites participants to temporarily set aside personal biases and focus on one structured perspective, or hat, at a time. This shift from the typically adversarial nature of discussion to a collaborative, step-by-step exploration radically changes how we approach problem-solving, decision-making, and even interpersonal dynamics. So, why does this framework resonate so deeply and continue to influence individuals and organizations? Eliminating the tug-of-war of ideas. Traditional discussions often become battlegrounds where participants dig in their heels, defending their views instead of seeking constructive solutions. This clash of perspectives tends to obscure the possibility of creative, collective insight. Parallel thinking diffuses this friction by ensuring that all participants are wearing the same hat at the same time, which means they are collectively examining the problem from one particular viewpoint rather than competing with each other. Rather than jumping straight to conclusions about whether an idea is inherently good or bad, the group might first put on the white hat to objectively assess the available data, then don the red hat to explore the emotional reactions attached to the situation, followed by the black hat to critically assess potential risks and limitations. This sequential focus on each distinct aspect of the problem removes the combative nature of debates and replaces it with a harmonious, constructive process where every angle is explored in depth. This not only fosters a more open, respectful environment, but also prevents premature judgments, which can often hinder innovation and creative problem solving. Honoring the complexity of decision-making. Human thought is inherently nonlinear. It's layered, multifaceted, and often shaped by unconscious biases and deeply ingrained beliefs. De Bono's framework acknowledges this intricacy by breaking thinking into distinct categories, each of which offers a focused lens through which to view the problem at hand. The white hat addresses factual data, the red hat captures emotional responses, The black hat evaluates risks, the yellow hat explores opportunities, the green hat stimulates creative thinking, and the blue hat manages the process itself. By providing dedicated time and space to each of these perspectives, the Six Thinking Hats framework ensures that no facet of the issue is overlooked and no critical viewpoint is ignored. It doesn't simply break a problem into smaller pieces. It allows those pieces to be examined, reassembled, and reinterpreted with clarity and depth, thus guiding the group toward a balanced, well-rounded understanding of the situation. In doing so, the framework respects the complexity of human cognition and decision-making, resulting in richer, more informed outcomes. Encouraging inclusivity and shared responsibility. One of the most powerful aspects of the Six Thinking Hats is its ability to level the playing field within groups. In many group settings, certain voices naturally dominate, and others may hesitate to speak up due to hierarchical dynamics, fear of judgment, or lack of confidence. However, with this framework, everyone is encouraged to take part in every aspect of the discussion by temporarily adopting a different thinking perspective. This shared responsibility creates a more inclusive environment where all participants can express their thoughts without worrying about being overshadowed. Whether it's a quieter team member offering insights under the red hat, or someone traditionally less vocal contributing a creative idea while wearing the green hat, the framework ensures that all perspectives are valued. The result is a more democratic, open dialogue where each voice is heard, fostering deeper collaboration and trust among team members. Promoting cognitive flexibility. Perhaps most importantly, the Six Thinking Hats framework cultivates cognitive flexibility, the ability to shift between different modes of thinking and to understand a problem from a variety of viewpoints. By encouraging participants to wear different hats, it forces individuals to temporarily step outside their default ways of thinking, whether that's logical, emotional, or critical. Over time, this practice strengthens one's ability to think more flexibly and adaptively in all areas of life, whether in team meetings, personal decision-making, or conflict resolution. This mental agility empowers individuals to approach problems with an open mind, ultimately improving their problem-solving skills and ability to navigate complex situations. In essence, the genius of Six Thinking Hats is its ability to transform thinking from a chaotic, disjointed process into a harmonious, purposeful collaboration. It's not just about making better decisions. It's about fostering a culture of thoughtfulness, inclusivity, and creativity in every aspect of our lives, whether in the boardroom, at the dinner table, or within our own minds. This framework teaches us to approach challenges not as isolated, competitive battles, but as opportunities for collective, holistic growth. Real-life impact. The beauty of Edward de Bono's Six Thinking Hats framework lies not only in its theoretical elegance, but in its proven ability to drive meaningful change across both professional and personal contexts. Its real-world applications provide compelling evidence of its transformative power, offering us a deeper understanding of how structured thinking can unlock new possibilities and drive success. Let's explore several examples that showcase the profound impact of this method in action. Streamlining corporate strategy. Consider the case of a multinational corporation caught in the web of endless debates and indecision, where meetings stretch on for weeks without resolution. After implementing Six Thinking Hats, this organization dramatically reduced the time spent on project discussions, cutting it down from 30 days to a mere 2. This leap in efficiency was achieved by eliminating the fragmented, chaotic nature of decision-making, by ensuring that all participants focused on a single, specific perspective at a time, whether it was gathering hard facts with the white hat or critically assessing risks with the black hat. The team's conversations became sharp, purposeful, and solution-driven. But beyond just saving time, this shift represented a cultural transformation. It introduced a more deliberate, focused approach to problem-solving and fostered alignment across teams. Rather than getting bogged down in competing opinions, participants learned to work collaboratively, embracing the structure that allowed for more effective decision-making. Reviving the Los Angeles Olympics. The 1984 Los Angeles Olympics, facing an unprecedented financial crisis, provides one of the most striking examples of the power of 6 thinking hats. The event was on the brink of financial collapse, but by using de Bono's framework, the organizers not only avoided disaster, but also turned the situation into an incredible success, transforming a looming deficit into a $150 million profit. The use of the 6 hats was pivotal in this turnaround. The white hat helped the team assess the financial landscape, while the red hat allowed them to tap into the emotional stakes, balancing the pressure and passion surrounding the event. The black hat played a critical role in evaluating risks, while the yellow hat focused on identifying potential opportunities for growth. Meanwhile, the green hat unlocked creative solutions for generating revenue, including new sponsorship strategies, and the blue hat ensured that the process remained organized and goal-oriented. What started as a looming disaster became a shining example of how structured, multidimensional thinking can not only address challenges, but turn them into extraordinary opportunities. Efficiency at JP Morgan. In the fast-paced, high-pressure world of finance, every minute counts. JP Morgan's adoption of 6 thinking hats demonstrated just how scalable and versatile this method can be. By applying the framework, they managed to reduce meeting times by an astounding 80%. The process ensured that discussions remained focused, avoiding unproductive tangents and preventing the scattershot thinking that often plagues corporate meetings. More importantly, the clarity that emerged from structured thinking allowed the organization to navigate complex financial decisions with greater precision and speed. Whether discussing global investments or optimizing team dynamics, the 6 thinking hats framework provided the structure necessary for making fast, well-informed decisions in high-stakes environments. This not only proved the method's effectiveness in large-scale corporate settings, but also highlighted its potential to improve efficiency in any decision-making context, no matter how vast or intricate. What makes 6 thinking hats particularly remarkable is its ability to bridge the gap between professional and personal decision-making, making it an invaluable tool for navigating life's most complex choices. Take the example of a career change, a decision that can feel overwhelming due to the competing emotions, risks, and opportunities that often cloud our judgment. In this context, 6 thinking hats provides a structured pathway through the decision-making fog. Personal decision-making. For someone contemplating a career transition, the 6 thinking hats framework offers clarity and confidence. First, don the white hat to gather facts about the job market, potential opportunities, and personal skill sets. Then, switch to the red hat to explore the emotional side of the decision. Acknowledge your feelings of excitement, anxiety, or uncertainty about the future. The black hat comes in to weigh the risks. What financial challenges might arise? What are the potential pitfalls of a career shift? The yellow hat helps you identify the positives, perhaps the potential for greater work-life balance, a more fulfilling role, or new opportunities for personal growth. The green hat sparks creative solutions, prompting you to think outside the box. Could you freelance? Pursue further education? Start your own business? Finally, the blue hat organizes the entire process, helping you manage your thoughts, set actionable goals, and put a plan into motion. This comprehensive, methodical approach not only helps you gain clarity on each facet of the decision, but also empowers you to make a well-rounded, confident choice. The 6 thinking hats framework transforms a potentially overwhelming life decision into a manageable, structured process, ensuring that you explore all possibilities, acknowledge all risks, and pursue the best path forward with intention and insight. Whether in the boardroom, the Olympic arena, or our personal lives, 6 thinking hats teaches us to approach complex problems with a mindset of clarity, creativity, and collaboration. It's more than just a decision-making tool. It's a transformative way of thinking that enables us to navigate the complexities of modern life with greater confidence and effectiveness. By giving us the means to think systematically and inclusively, it sharpens our focus, fosters innovation, and leads to better, more thoughtful outcomes in every aspect of our lives. A personal touch. Let's take a moment to make this truly personal. Think about a recent challenge you've faced, a difficult decision, a conflict with a colleague, or perhaps a project that felt overwhelming. Maybe it was a choice about your career, a relationship, or even a seemingly minor issue that escalated in complexity. Now pause and imagine how the 6 thinking hats could guide your approach to this situation. Start with the white hat. What objective facts and information do you need to gather in order to make a well-informed decision? Do you have all the necessary data? Or are there key details you're still missing? The white hat is all about clarity, stripping away assumptions, biases, and emotions so you can focus solely on the hard facts. This hat compels us to ground our decisions in reality, avoiding the traps of wishful thinking or overconfidence. By asking the right questions and seeking out the missing pieces, we ensure we have a complete, objective picture before moving forward. Next, shift into the red hat. What emotions emerge when you reflect on this challenge? Are you experiencing fear, excitement, frustration, or perhaps a mix of several feelings? It's common to see emotions as distractions when making decisions. Yet the red hat reminds us that emotions are not just inevitable, but integral. Acknowledging your emotional responses allows you to navigate them consciously, making sure that your instincts and desires don't hijack your rational thinking. By recognizing how you feel, you bring a level of self-awareness to your decision-making, enabling you to separate instinctive reactions from thoughtful responses. Then, take a turn with the black hat. What are the potential risks and obstacles that could stand in your way? What are the worst-case scenarios? What might go wrong, and what would be the fallout if things don't unfold as planned? The black hat isn't about pessimism, it's about preparedness. This hat empowers you to look at the risks head-on, evaluate the worst possible outcomes, and take steps to mitigate them. By considering these negative aspects, you strengthen your decision-making process, ensuring that you're not blindsided by avoidable challenges. It's about being realistic and safeguarding against the things that could derail your efforts. But then, shift to the yellow hat. What are the potential rewards and benefits if everything goes according to plan? What opportunities might arise from this challenge, and how could you stand to gain from taking calculated risks? The yellow hat encourages us to look for the silver lining, helping us to remain optimistic and focused on the positive possibilities. It allows us to stay motivated, even when the journey ahead seems uncertain. This perspective isn't about blind optimism. It's about seeing the opportunities for growth, success, and satisfaction that might otherwise be overshadowed by fear or doubt. Now, don the green hat. What new creative solutions can you brainstorm? What innovative approaches or perspectives can you explore that you haven't yet considered? The green hat is where the magic happens. It pushes you to move beyond conventional thinking, urging you to consider novel possibilities and unconventional solutions. It's about fostering an environment of flexibility and imagination where you're free to experiment and take calculated risks. Often, our most creative ideas emerge when we give ourselves permission to think beyond the ordinary, to take chances, and to embrace the unknown. Finally, step into the blue hat, the hat of organization and control. How do you synthesize all of the information, emotions, risks, rewards, and creative possibilities you've just explored? The blue hat is where everything comes together into a clear, actionable plan. It's about structuring your thoughts, managing the process, and ensuring that each perspective is taken into account before you move forward. The blue hat helps you create a roadmap for action, setting priorities, establishing timelines, and organizing all the insights from the previous hats in a way that leads to a clear course of action. By consciously stepping into each of these hats, you take a chaotic, overwhelming challenge and break it down into a series of manageable, focused components. Instead of being paralyzed by the complexity of the situation, you're empowered to take decisive, thoughtful action. This method doesn't simply clarify your thoughts. It equips you to navigate through the maze of conflicting ideas and emotions, bringing order to the chaos. It's a reminder that clarity doesn't always come naturally, but it can be cultivated through intentional thinking. When we actively seek clarity, when we engage with each aspect of a problem, from facts to feelings, to risks to possibilities, we transform uncertainty into insight and complexity into clarity. As we near the end of today's deep dive, I want to leave you with a profound core takeaway. Six Thinking Hats is not just another cognitive strategy. It's a transformative framework that reshapes how we engage with decisions, navigate problems, and unlock creativity. At its essence, this methodology challenges us to break free from habitual linear thinking, encouraging us to approach every choice from multiple perspectives. By decoupling our thoughts into distinct modes, logic, emotion, caution, optimism, creativity, and organization, this approach helps us see the fuller picture, gaining insight into the nuances that often go unnoticed in our day-to-day thinking. In a world that increasingly demands quick decisions, Six Thinking Hats invites us to slow down. It's a call to pause, to reflect, and to honor each facet of our thought process without rushing to conclusions or dismissing any perspective. It teaches us to consciously navigate through layers of logic, feeling, risk, possibility, and innovation, making each layer of decision-making a deliberate, thoughtful act. In this way, the framework empowers us to integrate both the analytical and emotional components of our thinking, creating more holistic and balanced decisions. It's not just about making better decisions, but about taking ownership of the decisions we make, with a deep sense of intentionality and awareness. When you adopt this methodology, decision-making shifts from a reactive impulse or a rote habit to a mindful, empowered act. You don't simply go through the motions, you engage your full capacity as a thoughtful, self-aware agent. It's about aligning your intellect and intuition, making choices that resonate deeply with both your head and your heart. This approach not only helps us navigate the complexity of life's challenges with greater clarity and purpose, but it also allows us to stand confidently behind our decisions, knowing they were made with careful consideration and deliberate focus. If this perspective resonates with you, I encourage you to experiment with the Six Thinking Hats framework the next time you face a challenging decision or need to lead a group discussion. Whether it's a major life choice, a critical project, or a routine team meeting, this tool offers a refreshing lens through which you can reframe problems and open up new possibilities for creative, thoughtful solutions. It's a way to reframe your challenges, seeing them through different hats to unlock new paths and creative ideas you may have missed before. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How has this approach influenced the way you tackle decisions? Have you discovered new layers of insight or clarity through this method? Feel free to share your experiences with me, and together, let's continue reflecting, refining, and evolving. Until next time. Remember, reading is not just about acquiring information. It's about evolving as thinkers, creators, and decision makers. This is Thoughtful Tomes. Keep reflecting, keep learning, and keep evolving.